up my cord. I'll be back. I'm going under. Okay, I'm back. Hey everybody, what's going on with ya? I am actually live on multiple platforms right now because of the simple fact I was supposed to go live on the Hood Table channel tonight with my co-host Carmel Diva, but she is really, really sick, and I didn't even realize she had messaged me and asked, or told me that she was sick to like an hour ago, and she had messaged me around 4 p.m. today. So I was like, man, well, I had already told people we were going live tonight, discussing a few things. So, I'm gonna go on with the show. It is what it is. So to Carmel Diva, everybody send her lots of love and healing prayers that she feels, better really, 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 really soon. Now, I'm also live on the Primetime channel because I want to make sure everybody knows to come over to the Hood Table channel. So everybody on the Primetime channel, I'm looking at you right now on the other screen. Make sure you come over to the Hood Table channel. It's DA space Hood space Table. DA space Hood Table. Did I say that right? DA space Hood Table. So yes, we on the Hood Table channel, and there's several topics that I wanted to talk to you about tonight. Again, I wish Carmel Diva, my co-host, would have been able to come tonight, but she's down, with the weather. Is my hat crooked? Represent. I got my Huskers hat on, representing, them Huskers. And then I got my, proud to be, from North Omaha shirt on too, I always gotta wear my proud to be shirt when I go live. But I need to order them in some different colors though. So I need to speak to Shane Nunn, who is actually for a lot of you who don't know, there's a Facebook group called Proud to Be from North Omaha. So if you are proud to be from North Omaha, that is a group that you might want to join if you have not already joined. We have functions every single year, picnics every single year. We get together around Omaha Days, and Omaha Days, is every 2 years. So if you are not a part of the Proud to Be from North Omaha Facebook group, then I'm going to be led to believe that you are not proud to be from North Omaha. Just teasing, just teasing. But yeah, it's a lot of people in that group. It's about, matter of fact, let me go over here now. Let me look now. It is 8,249 members in the Proud to Be from North Omaha group. And again, the creator of the group is Shane Nunn. He created the group, I want to say, yeah, matter of fact, it's 10 years. Yeah, duh, it's on my shirt, 10-year anniversary. I've been in the group ever since. And it's a nice group to be in, and you meet a lot of people in that group that you haven't seen in a while, especially if you're an old head like me. You ain't seen some people since like high school, grade school. You might find them in the Proud to Be from North Omaha group. So again, feel free to join that group if you like. But anyway, we are on the Hood Table channel tonight. So everybody watching me from Tanya Prime Time, please go over to the Hood Table channel, DA Hood, HOOD Table, TABLE, because I'm not going to be on this Tanya's Primetime link too long. Now I was almost unsure which channel to go live on tonight because there's some things that I want to discuss, regarding to the hood and Omaha. And then there's once I got home, I realized that it's official. Hey Torres. We over on the Hood Table channel. I think you subscribed to me on the Hood Table channel, so come on over to the Hood Table channel, Torres. But I had heard that Trump was impeached. Is it true? Is it official, y'all? Let me pull up the news. Let's see. which is this NBC News? No, this is ABC, I think. ABC News. I'm reading where it says President Donald J. Trump was impeached on Wednesday, which is today, December 18th, 2009. If you're on the primetime channel, please come over to the Hood Table channel. Thank you so much. Torres, yes. Yes. It's like what you say, Torres? Okay, Torres, he needs to make his way over to the Hood Table channel. Torres said that chicken trying to get her. Oh, I'm like, wow, okay. Now here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing. They saying for the third time in our nation's history, the House of Representatives voted to impeach a sitting president following a day-long debate on whether. And I know a lot of people was watching this earlier today. I had to work. I was in and out, and driving around. I had to travel today across the city and I couldn't watch it, but a lot of people said they were watching it. So if you got anything to say regarding this impeachment process, please feel free to put it in the chat. Hey Lena, hey Booski, what's up? How you doing? You were supposed to hit me up, Lena, so that I can help you change your YouTube channel name. So you need inbox me on Facebook. But yeah, so it's saying that Trump, this is the third time in our history that a sitting president has been impeached. They voted to impeach. Let me put it that way. They voted to impeach. It was determined that Trump did violate his oath in pressuring Ukraine to damage a political opponent, which we already know who that was, Ms. Hill. Trump was impeached on two articles. The first vote, 230-197, was to impeach him for abuse of power and was almost entirely on party lines. It was followed by a second, 229-198 vote that the president obstructed Congress. They said one Democrat, Republican, Tulsi Gabbard of Hawaii, who is running for president, voted present on both articles. The trial in the GOP-controlled Senate on whether to remove the president will begin in early January. So we shall see. It is likely that Trump will be acquitted since a 2/3 majority is required for conviction and removal from office. So I don't know. He said it doesn't really feel like we're being impeached. That's what he told the crowd. Trump, he probably was tweeting while he was in there. It's not about to go down, y'all. United States is not going to go down. But he claims the country is doing better than ever before, and he claims that he's still done nothing wrong, which he's been claiming that for a very long time. And he's saying they have a lot of support in the Republican Party like they never had before. So anyway, again, I'm sure some of y'all been watching that, been keeping up with that. I haven't had a chance to, watch that today. But so that's what's going on in the national news today. A few of the things I did want to discuss tonight as far as Omaha news, as you can see from the title, it says Nikko Jenkins is supposed to be getting married. A lot of people had a lot to say about that, and although some people are like, okay, so what? Who cares? Hey, it's trending. So I figured we discuss it and I'll see what you guys have to say. And also we're going to discuss this fight, this brawl that happened, at the courthouse a few days ago. Somebody by the name of Wallace was sentenced to 50 to 60 years. And a fight broke out between, I guess, his supporters and the supporters of the person that he was convicted of murdering, and a fight broke out. Now, as far as that news, somebody actually had hit me up on the Hood Table channel, and make sure you follow us on all our social media. We are on Facebook, where you can inbox me. You can also inbox me at on our IG, which is the Hood Table. or Facebook, which is the Hood Table. We're on Twitter as well. So we're on all four platforms. The main ones: Twitter, IG, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Those of you guys watching on the Prime Time channel, please come on over to the Hood Table channel. The Hood Table channel. And it's duh like DA, not the. Excuse me. Bless me, bless me. But somebody had hit me up and they had inboxed me and they had a question that they wanted me to present to everyone. Let me go to the inbox real quick. Excuse me, I don't know why I'm sneezing all of a sudden. Carmel Diva, my co-host, she had to cancel tonight because she's sick, and then I get home and start sneezing. But anyway, and again, the phone lines, I can open the phone lines up tonight if anybody wants to call in. If anybody wants to speak on Nikko Jenkins, Wallace Hubbard, or the president, the impeachment process that was going on today. Let's see if it can pull up, and I'm not going to say who sent me the inbox on Facebook. I never, people send me stuff all the time. You should check out this story, or could y'all talk about this subject, on the Hood Table or on the Tyans Prime Time channel. And I will look at the story, we'll read the clippings of the paper, or we'll watch the videos or whatever they, sent to us, and usually we'll talk about it because, as I have posted on my Facebook page, if there's anything you want us to talk about or discuss, whether it's news, gossip, whatever, something going on in the hood, let us know and we'll talk about it. So, I'm still waiting on this inbox to come up, though. Okay, messages. I don't know why it's taking so long. I want to read exactly what they said word for word. That's why I want to I'm waiting on this to come up. But anyway, everybody in the chat, please make sure you hit the like button. Please share the video. Thank you so much. Thank you very kindly. Again, I'm on 2 platforms right now. So everybody on the Prime Time Squad channel, please go over to the Hood Table. If you can't find the link, go under my community tab or look on my main page, and under my other channels, it has the link to the Hood Table channel. Because that's where we're going at, and I'm going to have to cancel this live on China's Prime Time when or if we start taking phone calls. So, again, everybody, please like and share this video, comment in the chat, drop down out the bushes, drop down out the clouds. Thank you. Somebody dropping out the bushes and out the clouds. Thank you, Miss Naturally Knowles. I hate when, okay, to the content creators on YouTube, I know y'all hate when people be watching and they be too shy or not willing to jump down in the chat. At least say hello, I'm here, how you doing, I love your Husker hat, say something. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, Miss Natalie Knowles, who is a YouTube content creator as well. So feel free to support her channel. She has an awesome channel. I love her. I love her. I love her. And she's from New Orleans, as you can tell by her name, New Orleans. So she does, a lot of New Orleans content, news and other things, cooking and all that, seafood, how they cook down. Yeah. So anyway, she does all that stuff on her channel. So make sure you hit her up, subscribe to her channel as well. But let's see, did the inbox pop up yet? Here it goes. Okay. Now, as far as, let's see, again, his name is Wallace Hubbard. Let's see if I can pull. No, because if I show you the picture, I'm going to show their message. So I don't want to show their name. But anyway, the person who sent me this, who wanted me to talk about this brawl that happened at the courthouse, their question was, they said they have a discussion piece for the show. And they asked me would I be willing to cover it. And I said, I'll look at it. I'll check it out and see what's going on. Their question was, now, as far as this Hubbard guy, he was sentenced to 50 to 60 years for murder here in Omaha. A lot of y'all already know about that story, but there was a fight that had broke out at the courthouse, and they said it was like 30, 40 people involved, and some of the deputies or guards, had got some injuries. I don't think it was serious injuries, but probably from, just trying to break up, the fight or pull people, get people away from each other. Their question was that they had inboxed me was, do you think it's okay for the defendant's family to defend that? Okay, let me make sure I read this right. Do you think it's okay for the defendant's family to defend? Okay. It says, do you think it's okay for the defendant's family, and I guess the family, loved ones, friends, whatever, of the accused to be so upset or defensive um towards the, I guess, family members or the loved ones of the person who's actually the victim, who was actually murdered? Now, I'm gonna put the link in the chat to the news story, to the video, because it went down in the courtroom. It went down in the courthouse. Not in the courthouse, but out, in the hall, because of this case. So let me put the link in here so you guys can check it out. But the guy's name, by the way, Wallace T. Hubbard III. He's a 25-year-old. He was charged with first-degree murder in connection with the shooting and death of 28-year-old Robert Williams Jr. And again, the sentencing was for 50 to 60 years. And a fight had broke out at the courthouse. Now, from the video footage that I had saw, it looks like it was a lot of arguing, a lot of screaming, a lot of shouting. I didn't really see anybody, throwing no blows or anything like that. And one of the people who were there, who was a witness, had gave the footage to the news station. So they had showed that on TV. Again, I didn't see any. So I don't know if it was a fight or if it was just people arguing and screaming, which is what it looked like. People was arguing and screaming and, cursing and all that kind of stuff. And the police and the deputies and, they had called OPD in because the crowd was so big, and they, just trying to, calm it down, calm the situation down. But yeah, it was a trip. Hold on. Here's the link right here. I'm gonna put the link in. And I guess what the person is trying to say is, okay, the link in the chat, I just put that to the video of, the fight that broke out at the courthouse the other day. But I guess what the person is trying to ask is, how do y'all feel about that, as far as if there's somebody who went to jail, was tried and sentenced for murder, and their loved ones show up at the courthouse, like, normal. Well, not everybody, not everybody supports people who then murder somebody, or being convicted of murdering somebody. They might not show up. They might not accept a phone call. They might not put $1 on your books. But, then there's some people who are very supportive down to the very end, whether they know you did it or whether they don't think you did it. So, with that being said, then we have the victim's family and loved ones, and they're all at court, and we done seen this play out so many times, in history. Words get exchanged, especially if it involves like gang members or, something like that. Not saying that was this situation, but I'm just saying. And people, start arguing and fighting in the courthouse because of the fact that, they just, I don't know, supporting their loved ones, supporting the ones who's been hurt or injured or murdered, and then the people, being the people who's convicted, they have supporters as well. So I think what the person was asking was, is it fair for them to be so angry and upset to the victim's family, in situations like this? Again, I don't know why the fight broke out. All they showed was a whole bunch of yelling and screaming. The link is in the chat. I don't know who said what side of the family said what, or who, who set it off, who popped it off. If anybody was there, you want to call in and say what happened or tell your side of the story, whether you're on Wallace's, part of their loved ones, or if you're, a loved one of the victim or whatever. You feel free to call in. I'll put the call in number in the chat. Let me see. Hold on. Let me find the call in number. Okay, the call in number. Okay, there it is. So if you want to call in, you got to let me know ahead of time, though, for me to turn the phone lines on, because I'm not going to turn the phone lines on and let the phone just be sitting on and sitting on and sitting on. So if you want to call in, you have to let me know in the chat that you want to call in, and I'll turn the phone lines on. For those watching on Tanya's Prime Time, we are over on the Hood Table channel. DA space Hood space Table. We are on the Hood Table YouTube channel. So everybody please come on over there. But the phone number is 605-475-4074. Access code 753359. So if you want to call in, let me know and I'll turn on the what Torres say? He is clowning in the chat. Talking about what that drink, what that drink hitting on. Don't be talking about my drink. Yes, I got the red cup. And it's good too. That's good. Anyway, matter of fact, let me go over to my Tanya's Prime Time channel and put in the link the Hood Table channel, so everybody can easily come over to the Hood Table channel. Okay, the Hood Table, and then we're gonna continue this topic. So give me a second, everybody, while I put the link for the Hood Table on my Tanya's Prime Time channel. Okay, the Hood Table. All right, everybody on the Tanya's Prime Time channel, I'm about to put the link to the Hood Table channel so you guys can come over there. I see people watching over there, so I want to put the link in. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay. Shoot. Okay, please leave this chat and come over to the Hood Table channel. Okay. Oh boy, and it's not letting me leave the link because I have it set up so I have to be actually logged in there on this computer to put the link in there. Okay, I'm gonna just comment. That's what I'm gonna do. Because when I comment, you guys can click on the name. Yep. Okay. Duh. Okay. Delete. Okay, I just commented on the Tanya's Prime Time channel, you guys. I commented under the Hood Table YouTube channel. So all you have to do is click the three dots next to my comment and click go to channel. And it'll take you right over to the Hood Table channel. All right. Thank you so very kindly. I appreciate it. So now back to our conversation. We were discussing this Wallace Hubbard trial and the sentencing that went on today. Basically, what the police is saying is that, excuse me, They're saying two people were arrested Tuesday, which was yesterday, after Omaha police were called to the fourth floor of the courthouse to break up a fight involving about 30 to 40 people connected to a murderer's sentencing, which is Wallace Hubbard. Captain Eric Sellers said a group was pushing, shoving, and yelling at one another for about a half hour surrounding a sentencing hearing for Wallace Hubbard, who turned himself into police earlier this year. I think that was back in like February. To face first degree murder charges in the death of Robert Williams, 28-year-old Robert Williams Jr. Hubbard was sentenced yesterday, Tuesday, to 50 to 60 years for the murder, court officials said. And two people who I guess were involved in this courthouse fight were charged with disorderly conduct and obstruction following the incident, and they claim two deputies reported minor injuries. Yeah, I figured they probably had some minor injuries, following the scuffle from probably breaking up, just trying to get people away from each other. And they said witnesses in a nearby courtroom, told the news people that they heard a lot of yelling and screaming for about 10 minutes, during which time the judge would not allow them to leave. So I guess, for their own safety, the judge in the other courtroom was like, y'all ain't going out there. But anyway, there was about 6 police cars outside the courthouse. No injuries were reported, I guess, from all the people involved in the fight situation. But again, 2 people were arrested for obstruction of justice. So, again, the person who sent me this link to speak about it was like, I think they're just trying to say like how people can be so aggressive to somebody's family who lost a loved one because of their loved one. I believe that's what they're trying to say. Now, we have to keep in mind though. Now, you guys can put your comments in the chat. You can call in if you like. Let me know, of course, if you want to call in so I can turn on the phone lines. But especially if you were there at the courthouse, especially if you were there, I would love for you to call in and let us know what happened or what went down. But somebody has said, this is what somebody else has said, because I asked somebody about this, and what they had to say basically was, okay, they said they personally, they have personally been in a situation where they were supporting a defendant, and they said it's not necessarily that you are supporting the actions that they are accused of, but you are supporting the person that you know them to be. So they truly have, they said they have like relatives, going through the same thing. So, that's what they're trying to say. Like, you're not really supporting what they did. You're just supporting the person that you know them as. And one thing I would like to say about that is, on the news story, there was a witness who I believe was a loved one of Wallace. And they had talked to her, and they had said a lot of good things about him. Like, he's a great person. He would give you, basically, they were saying stuff like, he'll give you the last shirt, the shirt off his back, your last dime. He's loving, caring. They were saying, things like that. And I'm not saying it verbatim. I'm just trying to give you an idea of the kind of things they were saying. Basically, a lot of positive things that they were saying about Wallace Hubbard. And I'm sure we all know somebody that has been convicted of a crime or has done some crimes and have not been caught. Because you got to keep in mind, I tell people all the time, especially those who I know who have been to jail, that, there's a lot of people who out there doing the same things you're doing, whether it's slanging, whether it's gang banging, whether it's, I don't know, drinking and driving. But, a lot of things that we should not be doing. But only so many people get caught. So that's why I try not to judge people, because there's been things that I've done in my lifetime that sometimes I got caught up, sometimes I didn't get caught up. I just happened to get lucky a lot, growing up. Some people in my circle didn't. Friends, relatives, some people might they ended up dead or in jail. You know, it is what it is. You know, that's how the cards fall sometimes. Some people get lucky, some people get caught up. So that's another reason why I always try my best not to judge those who get caught up or convicted for certain things. But again, y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. But I feel where the person who inboxed me is coming from, the person who told me that they would like me to discuss this story, regarding Wallace Hubbard and the court sentencing fight that broke out the other day at the courthouse. Again, if anybody wants to call in, let me know and I'll open up the phone lines or just comment your comment in the chat. Now, the two people who were arrested, I tried to find the information to see who it was. Um, I don't see anything yet. So again, if anybody knows a little more details, feel free to put it in the chat. But I don't know. They just said two people were arrested. That's all they said. Now, as far as what I really, really wanted to talk about tonight, really, really wanted to talk about tonight, was this Nikko Jenkins, who a lot of people know. Now, I'm going to briefly, for those of y'all who are not in Omaha, who may have never heard of this Nikko Jenkins, but you probably have because it made national news for quite some time. Um, He's a convicted murderer. He killed 4 people here in, our city. And after going to trial and everything, he was sentenced to death row. Now, Nikko Jenkins, um, he has a long criminal history, a long criminal past. Um, Starting at the age of 7. He brought a loaded 25 caliber handgun to his elementary school. At age 11, I'm just giving you a little background about him. He was kicked out of a group home for repetitive violence. He had stopped attending school. By age 13, he had committed multiple assaults, including one knife assault. He was sent to prison in 2003 for 2 armed carjackings after spending time in a youth detention facility. So that was after spending time in a youth detention. While incarcerated, he was charged twice for a riot, which happened in 2006, as well as assaulting a prison guard while on furlough for his grandmother's funeral. So that just gives you just a little background information about him. But as far as what he's in jail for now, he had committed four murders. They occurred within a month. He was on a they said he's an American spree killer because of the fact he committed 4 murders, all in Omaha, Nebraska. This was in August 2013, all within 1 month. A lot of you people who live in Omaha, especially if you're from the hood, you know exactly who this person is. You might be related to him. You might be a friend of them. You know who I'm talking about, Nikko Jenkins. Um, but the murders that he committed, all 4 of them, he committed them after he had been released from prison. He was in prison for 10.5 years. He was supposed to be in there for 21 years, but he served 10.5 years due to the carjacking, committed at age 15, and for the assaults, committed in prison. If anything you guys remember or probably have not forgotten or can associate with this Nikko Jenkins is the fact that he tried to plead insane. Him and his lawyer tried to um, use the insanity plea. He has always said that he serves this ancient god, this ancient serpent god, by the name of Apophis. I hope I'm saying that right. Apophis. But the judge was like, you ain't about to play crazy up in here. You ain't about, and he did a lot of crazy stuff too. When that was going on back then, they were saying a lot of things that he was doing, as far as, him and, talking crazy, just outside of his head, and he really tried it. He really tried it. The insanity plea, but it didn't work. So anyway, he got sentenced to death row. If you want more information, again, his name is Nikko Jenkins. It's in the description of the video. But while Nikko Jenkins is on death row, I thought that, or I had heard that, should I say, I heard that he was allegedly still married to Shalonda Jenkins. But in the papers and on the news, it's been trending that Nikko is set to get married to some other lady. And again, a lot, when I had mentioned it, to some people when we were speaking about it, they was like, well, I thought he was still married to Shalonda. How he get married? But hey, they could have got divorced. You know how it is when you're in prison. You can easily get a divorce for, what is it, $1? Is it still $1? I mean, that's what it was when we was younger. And people would, be in prison, and they said all you have to do is post it in the newspaper. I don't know if that's still true, but that's what they said. All you have to do is post it in the newspaper. If the person don't respond, you can get a divorce, especially if they're in prison, and who in prison really reads that section of the newspaper, so I don't know. Again, if y'all got any tea on that, please let me know. Comment in the chat, or let me know you want to call in so I can open up the call-in lines. And again, everybody watching on the Tanya Primetime channel, please come over to the Hood Table channel. And if you look in the chat, I commented in the chat from the Hood Table channel. So all you got to do is click on it to tune in over here. So let's talk about this wife. And some people have said, okay, so he's getting married, what's the big deal? But it's like, how, oh, Lord Jesus, what's that TV show? I used to watch that show all the time. Prison. With people who, they meet people in prison, and then they end up, when they get out, they end up marrying them, or they be in a relationship. And prison love, locked up in love, or help. Help. I don't remember the name. I don't remember the name of the show. I am trying to remember the name of the show. And I used to watch it. I think I watched season 1, 2. I think I watched season 1 and 2. And I haven't watched it, since then. But people are like, oh my God, you need to start watching it again and doing reviews on it. But I'm like, I don't know. I'll try to get back into it. But anywho, if y'all can remember the name of that show, please put it in the chat. But it was that prison show where people would find like a pen pal, or they got like these dating sites where prisoners, they can be on these dating sites, like, they be on a computer way more than people on the outside. Like, I have a friend who's in jail now, and I thought like they had access to the computer. He's like, no, that's the feds, and the feds, you get email, you get all this, you can be on this, you can be on that. I'm like, oh, okay. So anywho, prison, jail, locked up. I can't, love and lock up. I can't remember the name of that show, but anyway, Anyway, let me go to this link right here so we can discuss Nikko Jenkins and what's been going on with him while he's been sitting on death row. Okay, here we go. All right, now the thumbnail has a picture of Nikko on one side, and it has a picture of his, I guess, fiance on the other side. Now, this fiance, I'm just looking at this fiance, and I'm looking at her, and I'm like, she don't look like she's crazy. She don't look like she's on drugs. She's a little pale, or maybe it's her makeup. Her lipstick is really dark. So I don't know what's going on. I think she needs probably a whole makeover. But other than that, she looks like a normal, average woman, who has fell in love with a prisoner on death row. Ladies, I'm gonna need y'all to chime in for real, for real. I'm gonna need y'all to chime in because a lot of people is looking at this like, what the heck? It's one thing to date somebody or fall in love with somebody or hang on to somebody on the outside when they serving time and they coming home. They coming home. One day they coming home. You're gonna be able to cook for them. You're gonna be able to go out with them, watch movies with them, be in your own bedroom with them, your own boom boom room with them. Um, do a lot of stuff. Take the kids to the park. Go to the grocery. Normal everyday activities that people in jail cannot do. Um, but when they're on death row and you weren't married or dating them before they got sentenced to death row, and on top of that, he's been in and out of prison. He's been in and out of trouble since the age of 7. He went on a killing spree. He killed 4 people in October 2013 in the span of 1 month. Hey, we got somebody else that peeped in on the Times Prime Time chat. Hey, Miss Corey B, what's up? What's up? Come on over to the Hood Table channel. I commented in the chat, so all you gotta do is click on the Hood Table and come over to the Hood Table channel. But thanks, hon. And so that's one thing right there. That's one thing right there. But the murder sprees, like what could you possibly see? And I know people change. Some people change. Sometimes it takes people to go through certain things so bad, to help put them back on the right track. But some people think this man is just gone. It's like too late for him. There's no going back or anything like that. This lady, let me tell you about this lady. She's a Texas woman and she's making preparations to marry Nikko Jenkins, the Omaha serial killer who's on death row right in Nebraska. Her name is Dawn Arguello. She's 46 years old and she has served as a volunteer for a nonprofit inmate advocacy group. This is where they met. She fell for Nikko Jenkins. And most criminals, as far as men, most criminals, oh my God, they are so suave. They can be romantic. They can be cunning, convincing. They can, they really can put it on a woman. They really can put it on a woman without putting it on the woman. You know what I mean? Anywho, she fell in love with him. She fell in love with him. But anyway. It says right here that a Department of Corrections photo shows Jenkins, 33. He got a face tattoo of his fiance's name, apparently as a sign of affection for his future bride. She said she wasn't impressed by the gesture. Now, those of y'all who are familiar with Nikko, and if you look at the thumbnail, it's a picture of him and his fiance next to each other. Then it's a picture of him and a side glance, at his face. And if you look at the picture, of his face, you see all the tattoos. It's a lot of tattoos. He has like a full face of tattoos on his neck, on his face, or whatever. And one of his most recent tattoos, they said, is of his fiance's name. Now, again, her name is Dawn Arguella. She is 46. A volunteer for the nonprofit inmate advocacy group. I'm just like, what makes women fall in love with convicted murderers? I, I, I need some answers, ladies. I need some answers. Especially if you've been in a situation like this where you done fell in love with somebody who you met when they were serving time and they might have had a lengthy amount of time. You know what I'm saying? But, again, put your comments in the chat. But let me see. Let me go over here and read this for you guys. Okay. Excuse me. Now, keep in mind, this lady knows a lot about his history. Um, again, he entered the system at the tender age of 7 after he was caught bringing a concealed handgun into school. In 2013, after leaving a youth detention facility, he was arrested and sentenced to jail for a 2-count charge of armed carjacking. He ended up serving 10.5 years. Okay. After that, he goes on a killing spree and kills 4 people. Like, you spend like half your life in jail, in prison. You get out, you kill 4 more people. And so, again, what do you think it is that makes women fall for men like that? And then on top of that, he's on death row. So, I don't know how it goes, in the jail system where he is, if they can have like conjugal visits, if he's married or not. You said she must be very lonely. It's crazy, Miss Corey. I don't know. It's crazy. And I'm like, so I had to talk about this, because it's hot. This is hot on the press. It's all in the trending news. It's in the Omaha news. I don't know, child. I don't know. People say this lady got to be crazy, but again, if you look at the picture on my thumbnail, she don't look crazy, but crazy don't always display itself on the outside. That's how a lot of people get caught up, because it don't always display itself on the outside. You don't find out a lot of people are crazy until they do something that warrants you to call them crazy. So I don't know if the lady's crazy. I don't know if she's or is it a possibility he then got in prison and then turn into I don't know, because the thing is, he still serves this God, this serpent God that he kept claiming, he was serving and listening to, this God that he was been worshiping, this Egyptian God named Apophis. It's a serpent God. He even testified in court, when he testified in court, that, the killings that he was facing trial for were done to service the Egyptian god Apophis. Again, he was trying to get the insanity plea. It didn't work. The judge was like, that snake demon that you are worshiping, that requires you to make blood sacrifices for this Egyptian serpent god named Apophis, I'm not falling for it. The judge was like, nope, I'm not falling for it. He even tried to carve 666 in his face, but ended up with 999. And then in June of 2015, he put the word Satan. He cut into his face the word Satan, and then carved his tongue into a serpent-like shape. So I'm compelled to think that I wouldn't say the man is insane, because the judge and I guess, the doctors and whoever, the psychiatrist, whoever deemed him capable of, standing trial and being tried as a sane man. But something's going on. All of this, like, does the lady know all of this? That he serves an Egyptian god who he has to make blood sacrifices for? Like, I'll be like, well, dang, has he talked to you recently? Has the Egyptian god spoke to you recently? Do you know if they still need you to kill anybody? Because I need to know. I need to know. You said or some kind of no, they were like, okay, hold on. Let me hold on. This is what had happened. This is what had happened. Um the murders. It was on August 11th, 2013. He had killed two people. Officers found the bodies in a white Ford pickup truck near a swimming pool at 18 and F. And if you're in Omaha, you know that's South Omaha F Street. That's South Omaha in Spring Lake Park. The names of those people were Juan Uri Pena and Jorge C. Cajija Ruiz. He shot both of them in the head. Their pockets were turned inside out. The random double murder began Jenkins' spree less than 2 weeks after his release from prison. This is literally weeks after he served 10 and a half years. Weeks after he served 10 and a half years, he went on a killing spree. On August 19th, around 7 a.m., the body of Curtis Bradford was found outside a detached garage at 18 and Clark Street. Now, 18 and Clark Street is like kind of by Hamilton. It's kind of by Hamilton. Hamilton Street, North Omaha. The body was found by a man returning from a night shift at a convenience store. The investigators arrived and found 2 bullet wounds in Bradford's truck, and it was later revealed that Bradford and Jenkins had posed for a Facebook photo the day before. And Bradford was the only victim familiar with Jenkins. They had met in prison prior to that. Bradford was 22, Jorge was 29, Juan was 26. The fourth victim and his final victim, as far as we know, her name was Andrea Kruger. Her body was discovered on August 21st around 2:15 a.m. All these murders again was in August 2013, all in a month. Somebody had responded to some shots fired. Her body was found lying in the road at 168th and 4th Street, which is West Omaha. She had multiple bullet wounds. She had been returning home from a bartending shift. Surveillance footage, they said, showed her locking up at the Deja Vu Lounge at 1:47 a.m. And at 6:30 a.m. that evening, her truck, her SUV, was found abandoned 12 miles away from her in an alley at 43rd and Charles Street. 43rd and Charles Street, well, that's off of 42nd and Hamilton. Later that week, a news conference was held by Douglas County Sheriff, in which they stated that the investigators believe the SUV had been abandoned about 2.5 hours after being stolen, and that a feeble attempt had been made at setting the vehicle's interior on fire. And then he claims that all these murders was a blood sacrifice for the god that he's serving, the Egyptian, serpent god that he serves. So yeah, this is the guy that this lady wants to marry. It's crazy, ain't it? I mean, it's just crazy. And again, I know some people change, some people go through a lot and they change, but I don't know. I don't know about all this. I do not know about all this at all. At all. I don't know. But as far as this lady, as far as this woman, excuse me, that's set to marry him, she is in love with her some Nikko Jenkins. She is in love. I guess can't nobody talk her out of it. It's gonna happen. I guess it's gonna happen. Now let me read y'all this. Hold on. Okay. Whoo, child. Okay. Hold on. I got so many screens open. Oh, and then I gotta talk about one more thing, but we'll save that. Hold on, you guys. Okay, I found it. Okay, so I had made a post earlier about this story that has been trending. Again, everybody on the Science Primetime channel, please go over to the Hood Table channel. I commented in the chat from the Hood Table channel, so all you have to do is click on it and click go to channel, and it'll take you right over there. Okay, so I had commented, I had posted the post, I had posted the link, and I had told people that we're going to be discussing um this later this evening. And I wanted to people to, let me know how they feel about it, or if they don't, some people just don't care. They'll say, I don't care, I don't care. Makes me no difference. But I posted it anyway just for feedback, just for, conversation. And again, a lot of people are saying that this lady, has to be crazy, or it could be just because of the fact that, like Corey said in the chat, like a lot of men, you said you got to get back to your, okay, thank you, lady. Thank you, lady. A lot of men who are in prison, they usually attract women on the outside who are lonely. They might have low self esteem. They might, think that they have a good chance being in a relationship with somebody in jail because of the fact the person is in jail. They need support. They need somebody on their side. They need somebody to put money on their books. They might want to, find somebody to marry so they can have conjugal visits. So life can kind of, I mean, it won't resume the way that it was before, but they could like have some type of life outside of jail, like they were before they met whoever they met, as far as like relationship wise. So you guys, again, let me know what you think. What would make, or what do you think was possibly going through this woman's mind to make her feel like this is the man for her? Like, and then she said that she was ticked off. Like, okay, y'all heard all I read about him and all the tattoos. He got tattoos all over his face, all over his neck. He cut his tongue to represent like a serpent tongue. All these things that he had done before. He tried to carve 666 in his head. It ended up looking like 999. So he's already been self mutilating himself. He's tatted up all over the place. And she had the nerves to get mad. She said she was pissed off because she doesn't believe in self mutilation. Like, make it make sense. Like, how you not believe in self mutilation? But the man cut his tongue. He split his tongue so that it looked like a snake. And he carved numbers on his face. He got tattoos all over his face. And she got ticked off because he put her name on him. Oh my God, I can't believe it. She said she isn't happy also by the way that he's portrayed by the local press. She's blaming the media for how he's being portrayed as like one of the most hated guys in Nebraska, after, besides Charles Starkweather, who was a serial murderer. He killed 11 people, back, in the 50s. There was a few movies, a few stories, that had developed Behind that, one of them was called Badlands in 1973, and the other one was called Natural Born Killers in 1994. Starkweather back then, he was hung in 1959 at the age of 20, sentenced to death. But she claims, oh, he's nobody like that. He's nobody like that. That's what she's telling the press. So the media, not his murders, not anything he went to prison for, not carjacking, not bringing guns to school at the age of at 7 years old. None of that. You know, none of that destroyed his image. None of that. But the media destroyed his image. But she says he has feelings. He's very sensitive. He's very smart. And then she said, and I did say this a little bit earlier, right? How some men who are convicted of murder and things like that, really bad crimes, they're very manipulating, very convincing. When it comes to dating or being with a woman, it's kind of like, split personality, kind of. When it comes to, their relationship wise, I don't know. I would love to talk to his ex-wife though, if they're even exes, because I heard that they're allegedly still married, and if they're allegedly still married, I don't know how he's going to get married to this lady, of course, until after he, gets his divorce or whatnot. But anyway. So as far as this Texas woman though, again, she had hey goddess alive, hey lady, it's been a long time. Yes, it has, honey. And if you look up a couple of comments above you, there's a comment made by the Hood Table, which is my other channel. So if you could please, of course, like the video while you're over there, like the video while you're there, but then click on the Hood Table channel and come over here to the Hood Table channel. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you. But yeah, he was sentenced to death, in 2017. But she's in love. She's in love. She's in love with him, and it's just crazy. It's bizarre, and again, it's not like it's somebody who committed one crime or somebody who. I mean, I don't think I could be in love or even consider being in a relationship with a murderer, even somebody who attempted murder, unless it was like, self-defense or something like that, of course, but just cold-blooded attempt or, just to go out just trying to murder somebody, I don't think, I'm pretty sure it's something that I probably wouldn't do, and it's like, sometimes you want to say never. And I know people say never because you never know what you might end up doing, but some things you just be like, I'm not, no, I'm not going to be in a relationship with a guy who had went on a killing spree and killed all kind of people for no good reason, and who worships a serpent god and mutilates himself, and literally served 10 and a half years in prison, and a few weeks later went on a killing spree. No, I don't think I would, I don't think that I would find myself in a relationship with that type of person. But uh, uh, I need a drink. But so let me read some of these comments. And everybody coming in, please hit the like button. Hey guys, we're just discussing a few things that's been going on in the news lately. Few things going on here in my city and across. Did you hear about Trump, goddess? Did you hear that they have voted to impeach him? What do you think about that? He still swears he ain't did nothing wrong, by the way. He still swears he didn't do nothing wrong, and the Republicans is on his side, and he's acting like everything is gonna be okay. Like he don't even understand. Like he don't even understand why. Like he don't even understand why he's being impeached. I don't know. I know you speak sometimes on media, so that's why I asked, what did you think about that? So yeah, feel free to let me know while I don't know why I can't find this. Oh, you did post? Okay, so I'm gonna have to read your why can't I find this post that I made? Give me a second. Give me a second. And it's in this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to read your. I'm gonna have to go to your channel and watch your video. I've been watching so much on YouTube lately, um, mainly dealing with Phi and James and QB and uh, it's a lot of stuff going on in this sector of YouTube, a lot. But excuse me. Somebody said that they do think that he might be, well, I think personally that you are, as far as Nikko Jenkins, I think to go on killing sprees and with his crime history and him serving serpent gods, Egyptian serpent gods, somebody said they think is evil, think he's evil. They're convinced that something is evil with him, or I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I mean, and then somebody else said gangsters need love too. sound like a line from one of the a lyric from one of the Tupac songs. Gangsters need love too. That's what somebody said as far as Nikko. You said I don't think they will remove him. I don't either. I have like I'm a little worried about that. I'm like, right. So it's like, and a lot of people said, before, if he gets impeached, or if they vote to impeach, let me say, if they vote to impeach him, it still might not mean he have to leave the White House. So, but yeah, we should you should go live sometime, Goddess. I always see your videos, but you usually like record them and then upload. If you go live, forgive me for saying that because I just never seen you live before, but I think you should go live sometime. And invite me in the chat. Invite me in the chat on StreamYard. So we can discuss some of this stuff that be going on. But yeah, so somebody said gangsters need love too, and again, I had mentioned something like that before. Like, some people, they go to prison, they do really horrible things, and then their life might change, and they still need support, things like that. But I don't know about him. I don't know if any good can come out of this man before he is killed, before he is murdered, because again, he is on death row. So I don't know. I don't know. Somebody said, "What a sad, weak lady." She's also stupid and dumb at the same time. Somebody said she just wants the attention. And somebody said there's no words. They just like just shaking my head, just shaking my head. They ain't got nothing to say about it. Nothing to say about it. So those are a few of the comments that came from the post when I posted it earlier, to just get a little feedback about this story. But yeah, Nikko Jenkins is probably gonna get married real soon, real soon. And I'm just looking at his pictures. Just looking at this man pictures. I would, I would, I, I wouldn't want to. She talking about marrying him. I wouldn't want to be in the same room with him. Sure. If I was his attorney, I want him handcuffed to the table, chain, feet, legs, his chain him by the throat so he can't even lurch his head at me. I mean, that man just looked scary. He just looked like, and then he 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 tried to plead insanity. They said he was able to, be tried as a sane person, as a regular old person who didn't murder 4 people, but a regular old person. But I know something is wrong with this man. Something is seriously wrong with this man. And I'm sure the family members of the people that he murdered when he went on his killing spree after serving 10 and a half years, I'm sure they are very, very satisfied with the outcome of his trial and him being sentenced to death. But anyway, those are the things that I wanted to discuss tonight. Again, Carmel Diva, she couldn't appear with us tonight, my co-host for the Hood Table channel. But since I had already posted on all my social medias that we was going live tonight speaking on these subjects, I was like, let me just go live by myself, even though I wanted her to be with me, but she's sick. So y'all keep Carmel Diva in y'all prayers that she be up on the up and up real soon, be feeling better real soon, So, oof. Yeah, so with that being said, you guys, I appreciate everybody who tuned in tonight to the live and joined in the chat. Um, you said I don't believe they will remove him. Oh, you said I went live the other day, but why you deleted? Why you delete your live? Somebody else went live today, and then they said it was testing. I think that was Miss Naturally Norlands. Matter of fact, she was in the chat earlier. Miss Naturally Norlands. She had went live earlier, and then she had put test, and then she had deleted her live, and I was like, man, I be looking forward to people going live. But yeah, so that's cool though. That's cool. Yeah, that was you, Miss Naturally New Orleans. You still in the chat. You had went live and did some kind of testing or something. And see, that's the thing about going live, Goddess. When I first started doing YouTube on my main channel, a couple of years ago, I was like really, 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 really like not into going lives. I uploaded but what I found was, see, some people, they're really good at recording a video and then uploading it later. And some people add all the art and graphics and all that, the music and all that, edit it like no other. I ain't good at all that. I'm a little good with editing, but not all that good. And sometimes I would start my video and I would have to keep repeating it and starting over. I would say the wrong thing. And I'm like, oh, shoot, I had to keep doing it. And it was taking me longer to record a video to upload later. It was just taking too much out of my time. So then I was like, man, one day I said, I'm just going to go live. It is what it is. People gonna get what they get, and if I make a mistake or say the wrong name, or which happens sometimes. The other day I was reviewing Love and Hip Hop New York, and I was talking about Tahari. I was talking about Tahari, and I had accidentally called her Sin. And I kept saying sin, sin. I was just going on and on and on. Then it hit me. I was like, oh my God, I meant Tahari. My bad, you guys. But, I was like, hey, it is what it is. I'm like, and then if you go live, you can always edit it in the YouTube studio, later. But yeah, it does take time. And I'm like, I ain't got it. I ain't got it to give. I work like 3, 4, 5, 11 jobs. I ain't got it to give. But yeah, but you make some really nice videos though. But yeah, so anyway, I'm about to jump off of here. It's going on 10:30-ish. And I ain't had no dinner. I don't even think there's nothing in there to eat. I don't think my son went out earlier and he bought something to eat and came back home. I was like, where's mine? He said, you about to go live. I said, okay. And he said, you can't eat when you live. And if you didn't eat, your food will be cold after the live. And I was like, dang. Like I can't eat after the live is over. But anyway, I'm like, okay, I got you. I got you, bro. I got you, bro. Next time I go out and get something to eat and he be like playing video games or something, I'm like, but you was playing a video game. You be on live and he play live on his video games with his friends. I'm like, you was live, so I didn't think about you. Yeah. Payback is a you know what. But anyway, again, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Everybody, please make sure you thumbs up the video, share the video. If you come in afterwards, please watch the replay. Comment in the comment section on any of the topics that I discussed tonight, your thoughts, your opinion, or whatnot. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you are not already subscribed to the Hood Table channel. I normally have a co-host, as you guys, most of you guys who've been following us for a minute, y'all know that, but she's sick tonight, so it's just me. It's just me. And also, my main channel is Tanya's Primetime TV Media Reviews. So make sure you guys hit up that channel as well. Hit the subscription button and hit the notification bell over there. You said that's right, get them. I am. But you know how it is with kids. You say that, then you be out and about and you be calling them, what you want to eat? But yeah, so everybody make sure you like the video, share the video, and subscribe if you are not already subscribed. And in the meantime, in between time, folks, stay blessed, be safe, and I'm out. Deuces.